آموزشگاه زبانهای خارجی پردیسان.
Hi everybody, hope you're fine. My name is Hossein Musavi from Perdisaan Language School. In this video, we will discuss a few tips and strategies that will help us to be a better online teacher. The fact is that the sudden outbreak of COVID-19 shook the world. This situation challenged the education system across the world and forced educators to shift to an online mode of teaching. Many academic institutions that were earlier reluctant to change their traditional pedagogical approach had no option but to shift thoroughly to online teaching based on digital platforms, and Perdisaan Language School was no exception. Okay, let's get started. The first item or the first strategy is training. What do I mean by training? Who should we train? I mean your students. Dedicate a portion of your first class to helping your students get to grips with the technology. Even if you spend half of the first session doing so, it will save your time explaining things to individuals over and over again. So, let your students know how to work with that digital platform and introduce all the options and capabilities of that platform to your students. The second strategy or the second tip is learning objectives. It can be difficult for students to adjust to online learning, especially when they're joining your class from their homes. Bring them into your lessons by starting all your classes with learning objectives. Make everything clear what you're supposed to learn in that session. Use your chat box or interactive whiteboard to share what you will cover during the class and explain what you expect from your students. This will help students focus and feel like they're in a regular classroom instead of being in an online or virtual class. At the end of the class, you can reflect on what you've done together and whether you have achieved what you set out to do. So, always make everything clear. I mean learning objectives, the things that they're gonna learn or pick up in this session. Let's turn to the third point or strategy. What is that? I think the most important one. Student engagement. It is hard to engage with your students when teaching over a webcam connection.